Details of the AUKUS nuclear-powered submarine deal are starting to leak ahead of the Prime Minister's visit to the United States next week. Let's bring in Trudy McIntosh. Trudy, what more do we know? How much detail have we got from these leaks?
Well, Ash, we know this has been pretty watertight for some time, but as you say, we're now starting to see leaks as to exactly what's going to emerge with this AUKUS nuclear-powered submarine partnership between Australia, the United States and United Kingdom. Early next week, our Prime Minister will fly to the United States and meet alongside the US President Joe Biden and his UK counterpart Rishi Sunak. That's where we will get this confirmation of the partnership. The Reuters reporting this morning alongside the Wall Street Journal that in the interim, this submarine capability gap that had been expected in Australia whilst we wait for the AUKUS submarines more like in the 2040s, that Australia will be able to purchase up to 5 US Virginia-class nuclear-powered submarines, 3 of them in the early part of next decade, and also that the United States is willing to bring its nuclear-powered submarines, some of them here to Australia this decade. Potentially 2027 is the date listed in one of these US reports that we could see these nuclear subs over in Western Australia. In the longer term, there's been a lot of focus on the trilateral nature of the 8 nuclear-powered submarines that Australia will acquire in the longer term. That would be, it seems now, the UK Astute-class submarine, the evolved model of that has US nuclear technology embedded inside it. The question really remains how many of these 8 will be built here in Australia, in particular in Adelaide. That was the promise by Scott Morrison. Now questions over whether the first of these submarines will be built overseas and then brought here to Australia. We'll wait and see the full details of this, Ash, early next week. Certainly on the Australian side of things, the government here is unwilling to countenance at all any of this speculation, not willing to confirm anything, but not long to go after what's been an 18-month process to figure out this so-called optimal pathway.